Hello, brothers, sisters, friends. Welcome to another Coffee Moments with the Father. And we're going to be continuing on in our series on prayer. Today, we're going to be talking about the topic of unlimited access. We love that word, don't we? We all, as human beings, love to have unlimited access to wherever we go or whatever we do. Especially in our world of internet, Wi-Fi and data. You want to be able to have unlimited access to all the information, all the games, music, whatever out there. 6 years ago, Patrice and I, we started to go on a mission to help out with the church in Ipoh. And Patrice and I will be traveling every week up and down from Singapore to Ipoh. And even though we were helping out with the church in Ipoh, we still have a lot of responsibilities with the other churches in Malaysia and also especially in Singapore. So we had to do a lot of Skype appointments with the brothers and sisters, people that we are discipling or working with. And one of the things that we needed was what? Wi-Fi or the internet. And so when we moved to Ipoh, we were privileged to be able to stay with Kelvin and Selfang. And they became a very good friend of ours. But 6 years ago, when we started to stay in their home and when we used their Wi-Fi, one of the problems that we had was they did not have unlimited access. And you know what? Skype uses a lot of data. And I was so embarrassed because I had to Skype back to Singapore quite often. And so often we would completely use their data. And at that time, they only had data 1 GB. It was like, we had to renew again. And then we were lucky enough to get a bigger package, 12 GB. Wow, I was so happy that I was able to Skype back and forth, have my appointments with the people around me. But then, you know what? Even 12 GB was not enough. Because both Patrice and I, and also Kelvin and Selfang, we uses the internet. That was so difficult for us. But finally, Unify came to their home. And we had unlimited access to the internet so that we could do all that we want through the internet. That was really such a joy. When I think about unlimited access, I cannot help but to remember this verse in the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 17. He came and preached peace to you who were far away and peace to those who were near. For through him we both have access to the Father by one Spirit. So brothers, sisters, friends, the Bible says here, we have unlimited access to God. Isn't that exciting? That means you can communicate to God through the Spirit anytime you want. You can access all of God's knowledge, all of God's wisdom, and even all of God's grace. Wow! Are you tapping into that unlimited access to the Father in heaven? Here's a practical for you. How can we use that unlimited access through prayer with God? We all have handphones, don't we? What do we do with our handphones? We carry it everywhere we go because we want unlimited access to your information, unlimited access to your calls, and unlimited access to all your messages that you are receiving. So in the same way, when you pray, bring your prayer with you everywhere you go. And in all situations, in all things, always pray to God. So, brothers, sisters, friends, thank you again and for the coffee moments with the Father. I hope you will use the unlimited access through prayer with the Father.